Hello, soul friends. Welcome to our August 2026 Energy Report. My name is Nicole, and I'm a practitioner from Soulflower, a sacred service organization located in Tennessee. We thank you for tuning into our channel. Please like, share, and subscribe so that you may be up to date with our content. Our content is brought to you by Smart, Beautiful Granola. The founder is Stephanie Eves of Pennsylvania. Her website is smartbeautifulgranola.com, and her motto is Nourish Your Day the Smart and Beautiful Way. Moving on to our disclaimers. This is not a formal report. This presentation is intended for adults that are 18 and older. We do not own the images, music, or material that may be presented. And last but not least, this is for learning purposes only. I would also like to add, we do not reach out to you outside of these presentations. Okay? Let's move on and talk about our transits that we have for August 2026. The first one being the Lion Portal, the Lion Gate Portal, actually. And that, the energy is available for that. It started in July 12th, 2026, and it will end August 12th, 2026. So it's like a month's time, roughly. And the peak will be August 8th, 2026. I am uploading this video on August 7th, 2026. So today is a Friday. So tomorrow, Saturday, will be at its peak. So it's a great time for you to set your intentions regarding this particular portal. The messages that I have for this particular transit is it's time to do something bold and with courage. So if you have something that you've been thinking about, maybe you reflected upon during our last Mercury in retrograde and you decided that you wanted to take action on, this transit is a great transit to set that off. It's time for self-expressed creativity, and it's time for us to hone in to our own potential, the potential that we know that we have, not the potential that others see in us, the potential that we know that we have, the potential that we are afraid of. If you have something that you really want to do and you really, it brings you anxiety, now is the time to take upon the traits of our dear Leos, which the sun currently is in Leo, and be bold, be courageous, and take leadership over that potential so that you may manifest the goals and the projects or whatever that you may be doing, your plans, to bring those into fruition or to manifest them. So that's what the Lion Gate portal, my apologies, is about. Just make sure you set your intentions, clear out the remnant of old past patterns, and align with your creative flow for the future with action. Okay, so that's what the Lion portal is gifting us this year. This particular portal is annual, it's every year. So next year, if we're still doing these energy reports, we'll be talking about it again. The peak is always August the 8th. 8-8. It's the 8-8 portal. 8 is the symbol of infinity. It's the symbol of abundance. And, we are in the season of Leo, which Leo's planet is Jupiter, which is the planet of abundance. So we just have that extra boost to do what we plan to do. Remember, this year is about setting long-term goals. It's the reset, the great cosmic reset. So right now, whatever you had percolating from January to now, it's time to set it off. That's all this transit is about. It's saying now is your time to shine as far as beginning your long term plan. If it's apply for a new position, a new career, or even change careers, any type of major life shift, you have the energy right now to accomplish that, or at least initiate it. All right. So that is the Lion Gate portal. Okay, let me add this too. Practices that you can use during this portal. You can write down those long-term goals. I know a lot of us, if you're a leading edge divergent, you already got it wrote down. Write it down again. Make it, write the vision down, make it plain. Clear out the remnant of wait a minute, I said that. Meditation is good for now with visualization. So sitting comfortably in a chair on the floor, or even more ideally outside on the ground, and just breathing and visualizing what you want your intentions to manifest as will be great in this time. Right now we got about 4 more days. So you got 4 days to get that popping. It's raining outside, so here in Tennessee. So it'll be ideal for Tennesseans that are in the area that I'm in to meditate on the floor or in a chair, or even if you want to do a moving meditation. You don't have to necessarily be in one spot. As long as you're breathing and visualizing what you want to manifest, you will be fine. Things are not as hard as we are led to believe. Okay? I think the hardest thing for us as humans is to realize things are simple and that we make them complex. You could disagree, and I honor you in that energy. Let's move on. I want to make this kind of quick. All right, the other transits that are in August is Venus goes into Libra. Well, it actually has already happened yesterday. Yesterday, because today is August the 7th. So yesterday, Venus went into Libra, and Venus is in its home sign because Libra's planet is being Venus. So there is no resistance to embracing harmony in your relationships and practicing diplomacy in those relationships. The relationships that you want, not that toxic stuff. All right, you're supposed to be clearing out old patterns. We're talking about relationships that you have recognized as ones that you want long term. It's time for you to continue to pour into those relationships, make them as harmonious as possible with diplomacy. And then Sunday, because tomorrow is when the Lion Gate portal will be at its peak, Sunday, the day after, Mercury goes into Leo. Okay, so I think we have Mercury in Leo, the Sun is in Leo, and I think it's something else in Leo. I don't want to lie to y'all. It might come up later on, but Mercury is Leo, and what that can mean for us, do your own research. Also, this is what I have intuitively and through research came up with. I made it short and sweet. It's time for bold and expressive communication. So, those of us that are shifting our careers, or, if we're being interviewed for something, or if we're doing something creatively, we're expressing ourselves creatively, do it boldly and take the lead. Okay? Take the lead. Oh, okay. So Jupiter and the Sun are in Leo. So it's Venus, Jupiter, and the Sun is in Leo right now, currently. So taking on the traits of Leo, which we love Leos: leadership, healthy ego, protection, being fierce, being courageous, not being afraid of the spotlight, stepping into the spotlight. All of these things, confidence, are Leo traits, Leoan traits. So we embody those traits in order to achieve our goals. So by speaking boldly, courageously, and with confidence, communicating that way, and loving that way, that will greatly benefit our relationships and our long-term plans. All right, next. We have Mars entering Cancer and a new moon in solar eclipse. Okay, so August the 11th, which is a Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, on in the Western Hemisphere. Mars will be entering Cancer, and that's fire and water, so there has to be some resistance there. But it does benefit us in the way of having more security surrounding our emotions and our home, because Cancer is about security and it's about our home. Those people that we have around us, our soul tribe, our families, the people that are closest to us. So if you want to strengthen your security in regards to that, Mars entering Cancer on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, August the 11th, will help you to achieve that. We also have a new moon and a solar eclipse on the same day, which will be Wednesday, August 12th, 2026. And this is reiterating our cosmic reset that is occurring starting this year. This year is the year of one, so that energy kind of concentrates that day. They, according to my research, they predict shifts in leadership. So I would say you could use this energy to shift more into self-leadership at this time when dealing with the new moon, setting your intention to lead yourself, because new moons are about setting your intentions and embracing your authenticity. So authentic leadership, you have the opportunity to shift into while the new moon is present August the 12th. And I'm pretty sure the solar eclipse will support that as well. You can do more research on the solar eclipse and the new moon if you want. The new moon will be in Leo, to my knowledge. Let me check that, because sometimes every now and then they fools us. And as we say in Tennessee, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So let's look and see what this new moon will be in. Is the next new moon well, something's happening here, y'all. New moon in Leo. See what happens. Yep. The next new moon is in Leo at 10:37 a.m. with a total solar eclipse. So eclipses are like supercharged new moons according to Google. And they are asking you to drop old habits again related to ego and external validation. Again, authentic self-leadership. So that was on point with my intuition. Let's move on. August 22nd. And I think that is on. It don't say what day it's on. But August 22nd, I didn't put it down. I really did. Let me look at the calendar right quick, y'all. If I can find it. Let's do August 2026 calendar. So August the 25th is on a Tuesday. Going up on a Tuesday. Virgo season begins. And Virgos are about being organized, analytical. We are about health and wellness, because I'm a Virgo sun. Practical improvement, empowerment, routine, and we are about intuitive logic. So we're about service as well. So yeah, you can take on those traits to look out for. I know these like a book. I didn't even write these down. Perfectionism, overanalyzing, overthinking, anxiety. Watch out for all of that. Being overly critical, not only to others but especially to yourself. Watch out for all of that. Okay? But do embody being organized, analyzing your data correctly, intuitive logic, routine, health, and wellness. It's a good time to do a good detox during Virgo season. Okay? Mercury in this Virgo August the 25th. And that is, wait a minute, August 22nd is a Saturday. My bad, y'all. August 25th is a Tuesday where Mercury enters Virgo. And Mercury is about communication. So we need to communicate clearly, concise, and precisely. You say what you mean and you mean what you say. And watch the criticism, though. The criticism of the self and criticism of others at that time. August the 31st, which is on, what day of the week is that on? The 31st looks like it's on a Monday. Jupiter trines Saturn. Saturn is the planet of time and karma, and Jupiter is the planet of abundance. I did not. Did I? Okay. So we are supported in long-term expansion with discipline. Saturn's about discipline too. And structure. Saturn's about structure. It's a great time to map out your long-term goals. So you really have to keep your long-term goals in your focus in the month of August. Because you're really launching off, expanding into that. It's a great time to map out long-term goals. I said that. And the steps that lead to them. Now let me backtrack right quick to Mercury in Virgo. Because you have the opportunity to increase your intellect, your data analysis, and your attention to detail. Virgo is about those three things as well. Because the Virgo planet is Mercury. So intellect is definitely a Virgo and trait. Healthy. Attention to detail as well, and data analysis. So focus on those things, those themes, Virgo and themes, when it comes to application to your long-term goals in the year of one. The cosmic reset, the year of the fire horse. Alright? Anything that you start, if you take on these Virgoan traits right now, and we haven't been able to take on these traits because of the axis being in, Virgo and Pisces. But now it's time for you to get to work like a Virgo, get to work and shine. So that's Mercury in Virgo, and then Jupiter trying Saturn again is long-term expansion with discipline and instruction. If you have a creative project, it's time for you to build that content. If you're doing something online, it's time for you to build that content. It's time for you, whatever you're doing, it's time to do it. It's time to do it. Your time to shine. All right, that's the end of our transits for the month of August in 2026. Now we're going to get into our mastery card pool for this particular report. And the cards that we're using are Healing Energy Oracle. We're using the Soul Truth Self-Awareness card deck by Brian Hobby. The Healing Energy Oracle is by Mario Dugai. And The Language of Letting Go by Melody Beatty. I pulled from those three decks, and here are the messages for our leading edge divergence at this time for the month of August. Vitality from the Healing Energy Oracle deck says, I am a being of light. I accept divine energy in my body, and every one of my cells regenerates. That is perfect for what we talked about in our energy report today, especially with Leo and Virgo season, because both of those are about being in the spotlight, embracing your divinity, accepting divine energy. You know, the sun is divine energy, and regeneration of cells is health and wellness with Virgo. And the sun heals. The sun heals you, y'all. It don't hurt, it heals. And then it's about abundance as well. Now, our next deck was the Soul Truth Self-Awareness card deck by Brian Hobby. And what we pulled is take out the shoulds and the limitations. Get out of your head and pay attention to your heart's desire instead. Leo. Leo is the heart. And Virgo is the stomach, your digestion, the way you take things in and take the nourishment and release the rest. That's Virgo. Let's see, pay attention to your heart desires. Instead, if you knew it was impossible to fail, what would you do? Where would you go? Where would you go with all your heart is what this card is saying. So that's an excellent question for our long-term goals. If you wanted to this to play out, how do you want it to play out? Okay? And then you gotta walk in it. It's like writing your own script for a movie, and then you act out the role of the main character. Starting at the Lionsgate Portal. And then our last card from Melody Beatty from the Language of Letting Go card deck. The name of that card is Taking Time for Meditation and Prayer, which goes right along with the Lionsgate. Because the Lionsgate calls us to meditate and pray. Today I will take a moment for meditation and prayer. I know that I'm a creation of God and they love me. God, through meditation and prayer, I have faith that I will hear you when you talk to me, and you will listen when I talk to you. Because you need that dialogue. If you're spiritual, it is an essential dialogue for any goal, not just the long term or short term. All right, so that's the end of our mastery card pool. Our new developments. Soon, I will be, within the next couple of days, I will be uploading a new podcast episode. It will be episode 5. And That episode will be called, let me look at it. The self-referral disclosure from the self-referral disclosure series, episode 5, understanding deflective accountability. And we have a special guest from Alchemy Healing and Recovery Coaching. If you've been listening to our podcast frequently, you'll know that I shout out this particular sacred service organization that is founded by Angela Haley, a trauma coach in California. What is it? Hollywood, California? Yeah, I think it's Hollywood, California. Either Los Angeles or Hollywood, California. But I think it's Hollywood, California. She's a trauma coach, but she's also an AA sponsor. So, y'all please like, share, and subscribe to her. I know she's on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook. That I know for sure. And I think her title on there is called The Casual Coach. I should have put it on this, but I didn't think of it at the time. But yes, we had a very interesting conversation about deflecting accountability. It's very good, and I do recommend that you follow all of her social media handles, whatever she's doing. She also has a book on Amazon, and it's called it's like a field book for life. You can look up her name on Amazon, but it's like a manual for knowing what trauma is, because I read it. Knowing what trauma is and how to address that trauma. It's a very good book. She adds on to it. She updates it as she learns more things. So check it out. I think it's also on Kindle as well. But I would recommend getting the hard copy so that you can write notes and stuff like that in it. Also, you get the original text, because AI is popping right now, and they saying, I don't know, but this is what they saying, is that they taking the hard copies of books, the printed copies of books, and they're scanning them, and then they're destroying the books. Now, if you know anything about digital copies, it can be altered. So I would suggest getting the hard copies of books instead of looking at digital copies at this time. If that's the case, it's alleged. It's alleged. Just for learning purposes only. So YouTube don't come after me about that. All right. Thank y'all for listening to our energy report. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel again. And please subscribe to our other social media handles on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. We do post regularly on Facebook more than anything. And we also do podcasts. I'm getting ready to start a new playlist on this channel for Leading Edge Divergence. So look forward to that. If you're a leading edge divergent, if you're a leader, if you're authentic, if you're about compassion and light, if you're a light worker, if you're a pastor, a preacher, any form of spiritual leadership, any form of personal development leadership, you're a therapist, if you anybody that's using your gifts to add value to this planet, the next playlist will be for you. I send y'all love, light, and unity. And until we meet again, y'all live free, but die well.